understanding of this body, understanding of ourselves. Swami Vivekananda used to say, first, the biggest thing that should be understood in this world is man himself, because we don't know what we truly are. This is a little in depth because we have come to 13th chapter now. So Krishna is now telling Arjuna, he's preparing him to face the biggest dilemma Arjuna has had, that is to face the battle. And he has taken him through Sankhya Yoga, that also talks about the existence, Satchidananda, how our body is composed of, who are we actually. Then he has taken him through Karma Yoga, he has taken him through Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga and Vishwarupa Darshana and behaviors, gunas, everything has. Some more about gunas will come now again after this chapter. But as of now, Arjuna asks him after Vishwarupa, after Bhakti Yoga, Arjuna asks him in the beginning, you tell me more in detail about Prakriti, Purusha, and all that, Kshetra, Kshetrajna. So the title is Kshetra, Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga. That means the division of Kshetra and Kshetrajna. So in the beginning itself, Krishna says, what is Kshetra? Kshetra in general terms, no, in Hindi or Sanskrit, Kannada. Kshetra is a space, place. So it can be taken as a battlefield like Kurukshetra, or it could be Karma Kshetra, where our place of work and all that. Uh, Here he talks it. He considers or he defines Kshetra as a field. So field, what is that field? He says this body and everything is the field. Then what is Kshetrajna? Kshetrajna is the person who knows this field. So in our body, there is something which is very intelligent, highly intelligent. Ordinarily, we feel it is our brain, it is our intelligence, which uh, we have been conditioned to think about from our childhood. We think our intelligence, I am very intelligent, I have solved so many mathematics problems, I have achieved so many things, I have got. That is the ordinary intelligence, that is buddhi. No, not even buddhi actually, it is a lower faculty compared to what Krishna calls as the true cosmic intelligence. That is the knower of this body. There is somebody who sits in this body, and that is pure consciousness. That is also called Purusha, that's also called Atma. So always, no, we have been talking nammolaga Atma ide, avrolaga Atma, elrolagu Atma ide. But actually, what this Atma is must cannot be told by words. It has to be experienced. It comes with experience, and it should only be experienced. It cannot be described. We have discussed at length in our previous session that the minute you start speaking about consciousness, that means the words are not good enough to qualify the consciousness. Consciousness cannot be described, it has to be only felt. And that comes with experience, with detachment, with continuous spiritual practices, spiritual sadhana, both as we discussed in our Gita Jayanti the other day. It depends on, there are two major things that helps us to understand also. Because Bhagavad Gita, yesterday my friend was saying, Pratibha, it's very difficult to understand word by word because it's very confusing. What I need to know to be a good human being, that I should learn. That is how she started. That's ideally the best thing to do. But as we understand more and more, and as we develop faith, then we will start believing something, and that belief will give us the true knowledge. And that is, he says, that Kshetrajna is a person sitting in this consciousness in your body, which is also called Sachidananda, Sat Chit Ananda, bliss, full of bliss. This is a fact. This has to be believed. And then we can explore or experiment. Then second thing is the Prakriti or the Kshetra. Kshetra is body, mind, ahankara, all our thoughts, everything, whatever. It is a field where everything is happening. Just like in a cricket field also, we have so many events happening, isn't it? Activities, there's batting, there's bowling, fielding, people are watching. So everything happens. So here also, as good as cricket field, there are so many things happening. If you take the physical body also, So many physiological processes are taking place. Go deeper, there is a thought process. Though in the modern science, we don't talk about, we don't discuss too much about thoughts, emotions, and all that. We just constitute that as a mental health. But actually, there are so many things happening at our mental level. There is so much of thinking, so many reactions, and so many reinforcements of our reaction. All that will get accumulated in our subconscious mind, and that constitutes what is called sukshma sharira. That sukshma sharira, or the subtle mind, subtle body, and the sthula sharira, all this constitutes the field, along with the external the environment also, with which our body and our mind is interacting. So this entire thing is kshetra, and consciousness is kshetrajna. And he says, I am the kshetrajna. Krishna is saying, who is the kshetrajna? I am the kshetrajna. Now we are saying consciousness is within my body. Then what is the relation between these two? He says, you and I are the same. You are truly that consciousness which is within, which is observing, but which is not participating, but which is responsible. Intelligence which is responsible. Whatever is happening is because of that intelligence, but it is unaffected, and that is nothing but me also. So how do we have a consensus between these two? There is Jivatma, there is Paramatma. So here also there is some little in between. We may get little confused, but there is no need to be confused. Some philosophers describe this as soul and super soul. But Jivatma, Paramatma, what is the difference? Both are here only. The lower one, Paramatma, is a pure consciousness that he explains today. Jivatma is nothing but the same soul, Paramatma, capital S, or self, Sachidananda, which is trapped in the Sukshma Sharira, or trapped in the gunas. That means all our thoughts, our ahankara, our own buddhi, our own conception, misconceptions, or truth, whatever. All that is preventing the Jivatma to express. So let us understand this much, and then we go ahead. I will not be going too much in detail, but there is a relevance of this concept which makes us feel very peaceful. So for that, I mean, it is a profound, truest of the truths, I should say. The best thing is that understanding or the concept of consciousness. So 20th shloka, Karya Karana Kartrutve Hetu Prakriti Ruchate Purusha Sukha Dukkhanam Bhoktrutve Hetu Ruchate. So, there are two compartments, you can say, but actually Krishna says it is my own extension. What are those? Kshetra, Kshetrajna, or Prakriti, Purusha. Purusha is that consciousness. Okay, Purusha is the consciousness, also called Atma. Okay, Paramatma, Atma, consciousness. The S capital, soul, everything is same. So in this shloka, he says that Karya Karana Kartrutve Hetuhu Prakriti. The Prakriti, or the nature, is actually, you can imagine that as an anatomy, structure. So the body and the senses are produced by Prakriti. Prakriti is the reason, cause for the production. Karya Karana. Karya means here it is considered not as work, as a body. In this context, it's considered as a body. I'm referring to commentary by Swami Ranganathanandaji from Ramakrishna Mission. So he says, the body and the senses. Body is this body. What are those senses? We know Jnanendriya, Karmendriya. So the eyes, ears, and all those sense organs. So this is because Prakriti is for this, the cause is Prakriti. That is a nature, that part of the creation. And but Sukha Dukkhana Bhoktrutve Purushaha. Andre, when we experience pleasure and pain, Purusha is the cause. So you may get little, we may get confused. Let us not deviate. So just to define the contribution of consciousness and Prakriti, there are two components in our body. Just let us clearly understand that this body, I am speaking, you are listening, all this is because of Prakriti. Prakriti means nature. Nature means matter. Beyond that, internally, there is a subtle consciousness, and that consciousness is responsible for the experience of pleasure and pain. We have given an example of the screen, which was told originally, it seems, by Ramana Maharshi, but Swami Sarva Priyananda also uses this, and I am, with due respect, I am using the same example. So we must consider this consciousness as the screen in the theater or any wherever we project, and the projections are nothing but the gunas or prakriti. So the screen is a consciousness which supports the projections, but by itself it doesn't get painted, it doesn't get affected, it doesn't get distorted. When you switch off the projector, it is as clean as it was. So that is our true nature, they say. Vedanta and Bhagavad Gita says that is your true nature. You are totally pure, you are unattached, but you support. Without you, without that consciousness, nothing we can. So we cannot project, no? And those projections, I repeat, are our thoughts, our gunas, whatever good gunas, sattvika guna, tamasika guna, rajasi, whatever we are thinking, whatever we are doing, everything gets projected there. And we are experiencing something good happened today, somebody appreciated me. Experiencer consciousness doesn't get affected, but it's experiencing. Why? Because that is getting projected. If, as I said, if I am the projector, I am the screen, on me something is getting projected, but obviously it is on me, so it appears that I am enjoying that. So actually they describe that consciousness enjoys. I am telling the commentary given by the commentators, to experience that we have to undergo that experience, and that takes time, that takes consistent sadhana practice. But whatever is told is that this consciousness experiences all the happenings in our life. If you just close your eyes and start thinking, it will start appearing as a movie. ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದೆ, ಸಿ ಡಿ ಸ್ಯಾಮರ್ಗೆ ಹೋದೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಇವ್ರು ಬೆಟ್ಟೆ ಆದ್ರು, ಟೀ ಕುಡ್ದೆ, ಇದ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, enjoy ಮಾಡಿದೆ. Everything you can recollect, and it appears as though it is happening right in front of you as a movie. Then who is observing? That is the consciousness. That is what says Krishna. That is the pure consciousness. And who is he? He is nothing but Krishna. Yesterday, as sir was saying, saguna, nirguna. So when you have a concept of consciousness, it is nirguna, nirakara, but it is an entity, it is a concept that has to be experienced, and that we have to practice going within. What is there is we are already in that, but because of our involvement in external things, we have been hypnotized thinking that this externalization is a true happiness and something, and therefore we get so much involved and become disturbed. Mind becomes chaotic. On the contrary, if we start withdrawing and tell this is all temporary, no doubt it's happening, I cannot completely rule out this. They say it's illusion. Yes, it is illusion, but today I'm talking, you're listening. So completely to reach that, understand that it is completely illusory, it takes time. But right now, but this is not the true, it's not the truth. It's not the permanent thing. It is not the eternal thing. Eternal thing is when we sit, when we experience and keep experiencing that constant bliss. That is the eternal thing which carries for births together. So many births, not only this. That means that is eternal, that was already there, it is there, it will continue to be there. But whatever we are reacting in the surroundings, that is part of the prakriti. So these are the two components, he said. So he said the meaning is that prakriti is responsible, matter is one which builds your body and the senses, and purushaha is experiencing that. What is happening, this sukha, dukha and all, it's happening in the prakriti only, mind only, reaction. We are considering this is unhappy, this is happy. It is considering. But who is observing and enjoying? That is a consciousness. That's the meaning of that. Purusha prakriti sthohi bhungte prakriti jan gunan karanam guna sangosya sadasad yoni janmasu. So he says Purusha is established in Prakriti. He experiences the gunas born of Prakriti. Purusha Prakristho hi. Purusha is established in Prakriti because this Purusha or the consciousness that only manifests as extension is Prakriti, says Vedanta. And he experiences the gunas born of the Prakriti. Born of Prakriti andreno, guna andreno. When we make a choice to do good things, to help people, or to talk nicely, to empathize, all those become sattvika guna. And Purusha experiences that. When we are very ambitious, we no matter what, I must go and win this race, adu, idu. en masse wealth and all that, that is rajasic. When we are told, and that also consciousness is experiencing. Third guna is tamasika guna, which is totally ignorant. Alasi, yari, who is bothered? We have only one life to live. Let us enjoy at any cost, at somebody's cost. I should be happy, selfish. So there is nothing like God, there's nothing like Supreme, Tamasik. All these three gunas are considered to be born of Prakriti. Remember, we have to remember this. Gunas means Prakriti. Guna is a nature, personality. So Purusha is part of that Prakriti. When the Purusha becomes in this body, he becomes part of Prakriti. Part means ideally he is separated. But it appears as it were that he is one with the Prakriti. He starts enjoying that. And because of those gunas, that Purusha cannot express completely. It doesn't shine because, as I said, there's a medium of these gunas. The gunas, no, they block the true expression. True expression, they know. Bhavyavadanta consciousness. It is like God only, divinity, perfect divinity, like Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, like Gautam Buddha. So adu nam gunagalinda block agbiಟ್ಟಿರ್ತದೆ. So he will start getting blocked, and whatever we see people is good, is bad, andre we judge, or we put them in that frame that he is like this. He is actually, he is not. All are manifestation of the divinity. Hope I am clear. So he says Purusha established in Prakriti experiences the gunas, and uh, the reason for his birth, whose birth? That Purusha with Prakriti, again it takes birth. The reason for his birth in good and evil is his attachment to the gunas. Okay. Andre every birth this consciousness gets, the consciousness ಮತ್ತೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ now. Always any human being or any living being has consciousness. In human, because of the buddhi, it will get manifested more and more in a different way. These gunas are characteristically described in a human being, human form. So ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ this Purusha, actually he's a pure consciousness. He has to express. That means he has to shine, he has to reflect. But ಗುಣಗಳು ಇಷ್ಟು attached ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತವೆ, strong gunas. Why? Because this body and mind in Prakriti, please understand another component, it will start breeding its own thoughts. It gets so much attached, assertions. ನನ್ನ ಸ್ವಭಾವ ಹಿಂಗೆ, I am particular, I like this, I can never do this. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ attachment to gunas. Or if we are suffering, if we have some deficiency in our life, anything it could be, any relation deficiency of a relative, or deficiency of money, deficiency of qualification, anything, we keep brooding, that also becomes attachment. ಅದು ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ you have to take birth again to fulfill that desire, and again you will continue to do the same thing, again you will take birth, because more is your attachment, more is your cycle goes on. In fact, it picks up a momentum. ಅದು ಹಂಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. The day it dawns to us that this is not the thing, I must get rid. First thing where it comes to our mind is, let me get out of this misery. That is the first sign of intelligence and maturity. Why am I so much bothered? Why am I so much bothered? Why should I should come out of this misery. Not I should teach him a lesson, or I should take some action. ಅದಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಏನೋ ಟೂ ಮಚ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಇದು ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ವೆರಿ ಹಾರ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಶುರು ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, then our attachment to gunas, we will start working on gunas, and we will get support from Bhagavad Gita or Upanishads or whatever the guidelines. Then we will start working. So our detachment from our, they are called samskars also. Why? Because samskars andre they are adherent to our personality. ಅದು ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಈ ಊಟದಾಗಿನ್ ಬಂದದ್ದು ಅಲ್ಲ. Genetics to some extent, environment to some, but from previous births, so many births ಅದು ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತದೆ. That is preventing the expression of our consciousness. We want to express, basically all of us want to be happy, peaceful, we don't want to fight, but our attachment is there, no, so much of obsession is there. ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ವಭಾವಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಇಷ್ಟು ಅಂಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀವಂದ್ರೆ, we do not want to be flexible. I will use that word. Flexibility is a sign of sattvic guna. Flexibility. Rigidity is a sign of tamasika and little bit of rajasika. Rigidity, ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಬದಲಾಗಂಗ್, ಅದು ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸಾತ್ವಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದು outwardly, all of us may appear, within there is lot of attachment. So that should go. And if okay, next we can tell even sattvika guna is also an attachment, because as long as we feel this body is me, that becomes attachment. I am the consciousness, this body is just prakriti, idu ondina biddu hogutte, ನಾನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು that conscious. I should understand that conscious, that is taking us towards this detachment. Of course, this is a little higher thing, but as of now we must understand that anything which takes us towards better things, towards understanding that consciousness, toward consciousness means Krishna only, God, whatever you call it. Because if we are bhakti pradhan, no, predominantly bhakti, let's assume we want to go near Krishna, who is within us, who exists as nirguna nirakara within the thing. He is manifesting everywhere. Then we must become detached to, or we must not be so much obsessed with our tendencies. We should be able to, we should enjoy life, but we should be able to live without it. That is detachment. And of course surrender and all that. So he says that because of the gunas, you know, the purusha keeps taking birth. Purusha means it's not purusha, it's with the prakriti, with that subtle body, it's called. So that keeps taking, that means we keep taking birth again and again, as long as we are attached. The best way is to get detached, because initially we want peace of mind, we want to be blissful, we want to get the strength to face our difficulties. That is our starting point for Bhagavad Gita. But as we grow, we understand, if God wants to give us liberation, let them be, let the challenges be. I don't want God to solve those challenges, but I want God to help me to handle those challenges and become detached with that. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಮಾರ್ಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, this is all part and parcel. This is how Prakriti is. I should not become attached to that. I will just be an observer. I will do an action. I will take action. Not that I will keep quiet and just do meditation. No, I will take an action, but I will take an action and keep quiet. Whatever happens, it's left to him. And I will come back to that consciousness state. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. Next, upadrushta anumanta cha bharta bhokta maheshwaraha paramatmeti chapyukto dehesmin purushah paraha. And in this very body, there is also a supreme purusha called the permitter, the looker, upadrushta anumantacha. There is one more. Cha bharta bhokta maheshwaraha paramatmeti cha chapi yukto dehesmin purusha paraha. Here he is telling that there is also supreme purusha. Supreme purusha means the jivatma, there is also paramatma. Actually speaking, the jivatma itself is paramatma trapped. That's what the Vedanta says. But the one part of that is pure parama. That itself is actually paramatma, who is upadrushta. He looks. Upadrushta means he looks over. He can oversee. And the permitter, he permits and he supports, like the screen. You can imagine that Paramatma or that supreme thing as a screen. Okay, so he is looking, he is permitting, he is a supporter, he is an experiencer, and that is the Paramatmananta. So as we discussed, so Krishna is insisting that you must believe, the truth is there is Paramatma within. There is, be convinced, and we must all develop conviction of that existence, of that consciousness, which helps. Now next two shlokas very interesting. So he says there is one is this Purusha which is so much attached. The other part of that, actually it is the same, but it is another evolved portion which is totally unattached. Upanishadnali they talk about two birds. There is one bird who sits, who is always there. Another bird who keeps roaming here and there. It will sit on a branch of the tree and suddenly he will look up. There's one more bird sitting shant, happy, smiling. It will only smile. Then as it looks, it wants to go towards that bird. So it moves a little up. Then again it goes, it gets ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಿನ್ನೋದು ಮಾಡೋದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಬರೋದು, ಸುಸ್ತಾಗೋದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಇದೇನಿದು ನನ್ನಂತದೇ ಬರ್ಡ್, ಬಟ್ ಈ ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಸೋ ಪೀಸ್ಫುಲಿ, ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದಂತೆ. Because whenever he observes that peaceful bird, it wants to be like him. So Upanishads describe, they give this analogy to describe this state. there is Jivatma, Paramatma within the body. Actually speaking, there is only one Paramatma, the higher one, a higher thinker, higher pure consciousness, the lower aspect which is bound by all this Prakriti. So the bound one, the Jivatma, will keep thinking about this Paramatma. Actually, in reality, they are one in our Advaitic philosophy. So he says that this Paramatma is pure consciousness, ever bliss. So we must try to regress from our day-to-day activities and try to spend more time within ourselves. Close your eyes, close your ears, isolate for a few minutes at least, and we should practice that silence. य एवं वेत्ति पुरुषं प्रकृतिं च गुणैः सह सर्वथा वर्तमानोऽपि न स भूयोऽभिजायते. He or she who thus knows Purusha and Prakriti together with gunas, whatever be his or her life, is not born again. He who knows, who understands. What is knowing? We said in the words of Swami Sarvapriyanda again, and which is a truth. Knowing means being. That means one who lives this principle of consciousness and Prakriti. Whenever he wants, he will isolate and go to his pure Samadhi sthiti, and yet he will come into the Prakriti, do all his activities, knowing very well that this Prakriti is temporary and this Prakriti is functioning as per my gunas. I may be bad, I may be good, but this is only Prakriti. I am the pure consciousness. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. Saha aham. Soham anta mantra diksha ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ saha he and I are same. I am the pure consciousness, but I am in this world. This body is there. I will work. ಇದನ್ನ ಯಾರು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ, like as I said, Swami Vivekananda, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Ramana Maharshi, all realized souls. So such a person is not born again because he lives, no, he is realized. So he should be. That understanding means we should experience. Me telling, you listening, it is nice to know, nice to listen. Sometimes we understand, sometimes we don't. One more thing I must tell you, when I took Bhagavad Gita for small children when my PU was small, that was in the year 94, 95. I used to enjoy chanting. Before that, when I was in fourth standard, I used to enjoy. I loved Bhagavad Gita from my childhood. Somehow it was attracting me. And when PU was small, I took classes. I taught the children. When we came to Bangalore also, JP Nagar, we used to have classes where we used to chant. But understanding came when we actually, I mean, I used to read, but when we started these sessions, I also had to understand. But second round, when you understand, when you do more of, spiritual practices, more understanding will come. This is my experience. Understanding will not come by reading or somebody telling. It will come. It will trigger. More understanding will come from within ourselves. Actually, we start understanding when we start practicing those, when we start living all those, whatever he says, no, with detachment, making this as the primary goal when we start living. And whatever we do, no, if we do some experiments or we do teaching or whatever, treating patients, that is God's work, and I am just a Prakriti. I am not the doer. Yesterday Chandrakala was saying Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. ಆ ಒಂದು attitude ಇಂದ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದಂಗೆ Bhagavad Gita becomes more meaningful. So now he says that one who knows this, one who lives every day, he's telling, no, I am just an instrument. There's consciousness, there's Prakriti. Everything is happening as per Prakriti. And his will. Consciousness is the intelligence. Prakriti is carrying out the activities. I am just an instrument. ಇದನ್ನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, and when we reinforce that thought, then there is no rebirth, he says, because that person will eventually realize and he'll na bhuyo abhijayate. That means he will not be born again. Then dhyanenatmani pashyanti kechit atmanamatmana anye sankhena yogena karma yogena chapare. How does this understanding come? What are the different paths? Some by dhyana, meditation. Dhyanena atmani pashyanti. They pashyanti means they actually see, but also it means they will realize by dhyana, meditation. Some realize by turning the energy inwards to discover the subtle reality. Kechit Atmanam Atmana. ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋರಿಂಗ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನ್ಕ್ವೈರಿ ಹೂ ಆಮ್ ಐ Anye Sankhena Yogena, that also with, and then others by path of knowledge, and yet others by path of Karma Yoga. So Krishna is uh, proposing that some people do like that. How do we understand this? Whatever we discussed so far, that there is a consciousness and there is Prakriti. Everything is automated. Whatever you sow, so shall you reap, isn't it? That is Karma Yoga. Karma, according to the gunas. So everything is happening. If I'm suffering today, it is my own doing. If I'm enjoying, my own doing means my choice, done by the Prakriti. Free will was mine. I chose something and Prakriti keeps doing. Whatever we start finding, that much of free will God has given. So if we understand this kind of thinking, it comes by meditation or exploring within Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, and actually meditation is Raja Yoga. Bhakti he has not brought. It's understood. Bhakti becomes um, fundamental for all the yogas. Actually, without bhakti, nothing can. Ultimately, it culminates in bhakti. So this way. But some people in next shloka he has given anye anye uh, anye tvevam ajanantah shrutva अन्ये त्वेवमजानन्तः श्रुत्वान्येभ्य उपासते तेऽपि चातितरन्त्येव मृत्युं श्रुतिपरायणाः. I'll combine these two. So some people, he said, by dhyana yoga, some people by jnana, some people explore, some people karma yoga. Others, not knowing this, anyetu eva evam ajanantah. Anyetu evam ajanant. Ajana means they don't know. They not knowing this, they worship as they have heard from others. Yaro ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, they'll start following. Even these people go beyond death, mrityu, regarding what they have heard as a supreme refuge. And there are so many paths. Anything can be followed or a combination can be followed. So dhyana is meditation. Meditation is we close our eyes, ears, sit, and there are so many methods of meditation. Anything can be followed. It depends on if you have had great gurus, they will guide you. Or to start with, simple meditation would be first to sit in one place and calm your mind, and then concentrate on breathing. There are this can go, I mean, many sessions also, but basically, and then do pranayama so that you gain control over your breath. Because when you concentrate on your breath and have deep silenced breathing means deep and slow breathing. If you have, that will silence the mind, because the philosophers say that the breath is the food for mind. They say food for mind, because when you calm down your breath, your mind automatically it settles. After that, then you have to concentrate. It depends on how you have been trained. Maybe you can concentrate on some light which is within, or imagine the Ishtadevata within. You can chant Om, or you can chant the mantra which is given to you. If nothing is there, you can chant Maha Mantra, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, or Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, or Om Namah Shivaya. Whichever suits you initially, you can do that. And then you can approach a guru who they will give you mantra diksha. You can start very seriously. When you feel the need, that guru, you will meet the guru. That is the dictum, they say, in spiritual paths. Many gurus have spoken like that. When your mind craves for that need for that guru, who is a very realized soul, then he will give you all those, mantra diksha, and he will guide you. He will show you the path. But for that, the mind has to be well prepared, one. And second thing is the gurus also, it is a guru's responsibility to give you that diksha, because then we become a guru's responsibility. And they say that they will be held accountable for many of the wrongdoings which we do. So they also are very cautious in accepting students. But there are people in Ramakrishna mission, they, if you read Sri Ramakrishna's story and Sharda Devi's story, Sharda Devi Jayanti comes on 11th actually. They have given Diksha to so many people and they have transformed. They took that karma, actually, they say, they took that karma onto themselves, but for the welfare of others. So, like that, dhyana. Karma, we have discussed karma yoga, best yoga, Krishna says. Karma sannyasa yoga. What is that karma sannyasa yoga? He has talked in the earlier chapter. He says you have to give up the fruits of your action. Results. ಹಿಂಗೆ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ನಾನು ಹಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ನನ್ನ ಧರ್ಮ, ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನನ್ನ ಕೈಲಿ. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನಿ ರೈಟ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಔಟ್ಕಮ್ of whatever I do. That is karma yoga. And inquiry, like Ramana Maharshi, who am I? Who am I? That also can be done through Jnana yoga. Our bhakti, bhakti upasana is also there. Great saints like Kanakadasa, Mirabai, Tukaram, extraordinary bhakti. ಆ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ we are all following bhakti. Most of us, we pray, we go and ask God what do we want anta. But that bhakti in its highest form is when it is accompanied by total surrender. The other day, Anand sir was saying, no, Draupadi, how she entirely surrenders to God. So, as long as we hold on, action we should do. Karta nanalla, doer nanalla. Action I will do, I have to do because I'm householder. I am holding a responsible position. I am a teacher, I am a father, mother. Ella madlebek kelsa. But I am not the doer. Prakriti is doing. Hands like a Prakriti, born out of Prakriti. Oh, did I make my own body? Did I create this? No. Somebody else has created. Somebody else is guiding. Somebody else intelligence is there, which follows a particular pattern. That law of karma is a programmed thing in our life. So we are going according to that. ಇಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ಡಿಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೃಷ್ಣಾರ್ಪಣ ಅಂತ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ಲಿ ನಿತ್ಯಯುಕ್ತ ಉಪಾಸತೆ. ನಿತ್ಯ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್, ವೆನ್ ಎವರ್ ವಿ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್. ಸೊ ಕೀಪ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ that is real bhakti. Surrender, accept, trust, gratitude. Gratitude, surrender, trust, accept. We used to discuss, no? So these things should be there. Complete surrender. That is a Shrestha Bhakti. And my Guruji recently told, make a combination of all the four. Sit for meditation. Raja Yoga. Purti. Alli bekadre dual dvandva, dvaitana, you are God. I'm here. Ishtadevata is in my heart. This is one meditation. Or Aham Brahmasmi meditation. Then do some puja or bhajan or chanting bhakti. Go to temple. If you are, he was telling me, because we are retiring now. And the third thing is karma. Do your whatever allotted duties. With age, our duties and responsibilities should come down. We should not take unnecessary duties and responsibilities. We have done. Then fourth one is this one, meditation. And then karma and jnana, reading and exploring. Again and again sit and then try to remember that you are the pure consciousness. And bhakti. So combination of all four will give a variety. You need not stick on to one, but this combination really helps. And also study, adhyayana. Patanjali's, if you see all those Ashtanga yoga and all, much more. You do yoga, you do asana, and our behavior. So entirely when it comes behavior, we have discussed, no, Advaita Sarvabhutanam, 12th chapter, he tells how you have to behave. And that behavior will manifest that consciousness in its true form. That behavior should speak about our spiritual sadhana. This is what he says. So any of these can be done. And in this 25th shloka, he says that some people are there who don't know anything. They are just, you can, rather than ignorant, innocent, I will use that word. He has not used. Others not knowing thus any of these. They don't know. They are but pure-hearted. They know that they have to follow. They have, good thing is they have Shraddha, devotion. They believe that God is supreme and somebody is teaching me. Adanne or madi, they achieve. And cha atitarantyeva mrutyum shruti parayana. Andre, they are shruti, very much devoted to what they have heard as the truth. ಅಷ್ಟು ಡಿವೋಷನ್. ಲೀವ್ ಅಲೋನ್ ಧ್ಯಾನ, ಕರ್ಮ, ಹೂ am I, ಅಹಂ, ಬಟ್ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. Just innocence, that makes people very, very pure hearted, and they follow and they believe. They also mrutyum, they get over the, go beyond death. Cha atirantyeva mrutyum, and they get over the death, andre they become liberated. They become immortal means what? Even if we die, I am not die, the body is dying. They reach that state. And so any of these if you do, then we will understand the truth of consciousness and prakriti. uh, so that then one more we can take for today. Very important. Now next to three we can take. Yavat sanjayate kinchit sattvam sthavara jangamam kshetra kshetrajna sanyogat tadvidbhi bharatarshava. So one more thing is, we must understand whatever is born, being, whatever being is born, moving or unmoving. Sthavara jangamam. Moving or unmoving being andre, we are all moving. Animals are moving. Plants are not moving, but we are all beings. So yavat sanjayate kinchit sattvam sthavara jangamam kshetra kshetrajna sanyogat. All these are born out of union of kshetra kshetrajna. That means every being is combination of kshetra kshetrajna. Prakriti Purusha. Kshetra is Prakriti. Kshetrajna, the one who knows, is consciousness or Purusha, or Atma and Prakriti. So there is body and all, this is Prakriti, and there is consciousness. This is there in all the beings. All the living beings have got the same combination. All of us have same combination. We must, so this, uh, you must understand that whatever is born is because of these two. So in Sankhya Yoga also they say that this consciousness and Prakriti, how they function is, one we told that gunas, ಆ ಗುಣದಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ actions define ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಗುಣದಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ behavior, ಗುಣದಿಂದ ನಮ್ದು end, ಗುಣದಿಂದ next birth. So that gunas means our tendencies, our swabhava, samskara defines, categorizes people into different personalities, and that defines everything. Those gunas are also as important as a consciousness. Consciousness is struggling to express, but gunas are binding it. But how do they function? Swamiji gave good example, and it is described in this book also. If there is a blind man and there is a lame man cannot walk, but he is very intelligent, he can see. So both want to cross the road. So what will the lame man tell him? Tell the blind man, see, I cannot walk, but I want to cross, but I can see. So I will guide you and you walk. This is exactly the relationship between the consciousness and Prakriti. Prakriti is blind. She will follow whatever she is, mixture. It's a lower nature, apara Prakriti of Parabrahman. So she will follow. Whom will she follow? This consciousness. Who is lame? Lame here refers to, he doesn't want to, he will not act directly. He will act through the Prakriti. It is his intelligence, but actions brought about by the Prakriti. So this is what we are supposed to understand. This happens in all beings. So in you, in me, in animals, and in plants, moving, unmoving. That means we must learn. These are all the lessons to be taken to build up relationship among people and between humans and ecosystem. Animals, the plants, they also have the same consciousness. So after reading Bhagavad Gita third round, I started developing love for animals. Frankly, I'm admitting, I would never like, or I would never be, attached to dogs or cat. I would never, I would treat them like, hey, hoga akade anta baitidde. After reading this, ಎಲ್ಲದರಲ್ಲೂ consciousness, plants also. Some of you who are, good in gardening and all, you will understand how they actually connect. The leaves will move. They'll smile. Smile means they express. They also have the same consciousness. Plants also have same consciousness. Animals also. And above all of us have same consciousness. Puneet brought out that very important thing. When this is the state of affairs, when the same consciousness prevails in all, why are we not able to put up with each other? That is because of our ignorance. Because we think what we think is right, and what we are thinking in this lower Prakriti. Once we become knowledgeable and we understand, we are pure Brahman. And this is ignorance. differentiating between individual is ignorance. There is Prakriti. Prakriti is Maya. Maya is lower. We have to go above. We are now here slowly, but we should go above. So when we understand all of us are same, then we will go above. And also when we know that all of us are of the same consciousness, then our interpersonal relationship will be very much improved. Anta the other shlokas also says. Last shloka for today. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwaram vinashyatsu avinashyantam yapashyati sapashyati. Pashyati means he sees. So he who sees the Supreme Lord existing equally in all the beings and who sees imperishable in the perishable. Vinashyastu avinashyantam. What is the meaning? Imperishable in the perishable. Andre, the whole Prakriti is all perishable, no? The wood, this house, it will fall one day. The car will go. House will go. Compound will go. I'm talking about the perishable things. Body also will go. This is also perishable. What is imperishable then? Imperishable is a consciousness. So one who sees, consciousness is not only present in living, it's also present in non-living. That he has told earlier also. And the consciousness sustains. That is the one which is sustaining. That is the screen is sustaining the movie. I told you, Dharmendra Hema Malli will not be seen if the screen is not there. On whom will we project, isn't it? So, sustaining ಅವನೇ ನಡೆಸೋದು ಅವನೇ ಅದು imperishable truth. Male project ಆಗ್ತಿರೋದು perishable, which is not it is there. Relative truth we can call. In some books they use that. I think in Swami Vivekananda's book, relative, absolute truth we should go. Absolute truth is imperishable. Adu. Amele, who sees Supreme Lord in all the beings, literate, illiterate, educated, uneducated, upper caste, lower caste, actually doesn't exist only. There is no upper caste, lower caste, upper class, lower class. ಎಲ್ಲರೊಳಗೂ ಅವನೇ ದೇ ಮೇ ಅಪಿಯರ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಮರ್ಡರ್ ಅಥವಾ ಚಾಕು ಇರ್ಬೋದು ತಾಮಸಿಕ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಕಳ್ಳ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಈ ಮೇ ಬಿ ದಿಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಪಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಗುಣ ಇದನ್ನ whoever sees like this yaha pashyati sa pashyati, the one who sees the world in this fashion actually sees the world. Others are just they are listening to their senses. The true vision, pashyati, the true vision is when we learn to see everybody on the same, even if there is a negative reaction from them, our reaction should be to that point. And what is according to dharma, what is dharma? Law of the land. And whichever helps, whichever is selfless, whichever is not self-centered, that becomes dharma. So according to that we act. And beyond that, we don't breed hatred, because in him there is this consciousness. In me there is this consciousness. Sarve manigana iva, Krishna says. All the beings are like pearls which are there in a string. I am the string which is binding. In the 3rd or 4th chapter, la shloka bartade. I am binding. So ಪಕ್ಕದವರೇ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು, ಅದೇ ಥ್ರೆಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಆ ಥ್ರೆಡ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಛಿದ್ರ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. So that we must remember. And I think for today I will stop here because we started late. But Peter, I think this is convenient for you, and I'm sure if for everyone it's convenient, I don't mind having at this time, because Papa, for him it is too early if we start at 6:30. So now we can have some interactions if you want to add. Or so basic fundamental thing to understand consciousness is not just to improve our jnana or buddhi adalla, but to make us live with people in equanimity, understand everybody on the same platform. ಒಬ್ಬರಿಗೊಬ್ರು ಹೊಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಬೇಕು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಇಸ್ that we should not differentiate people. We should have good interhuman relationship and with the ecosystem, and we should live coherently. That is the takeaway from Prakriti and Purusha. Apart from there we move on to understanding our true self. So illu tilkobeku, horagade tilkobeku. There we. Yes, Padmaja, you want to add something? This one is on.
Oh, sorry.
No problem. Anybody wants to add anything, you can. Would you like to add anything, Padmaja, Suvachala, Peter,
Yeah, ma'am. After
Kavita?
listening to, ma'am,
Yeah, yeah, please go
can you
ahead.
hear me? Yeah.
Yes, yes,
After
we can hear you.
listening to this is my second round of Bhagavad Gita. After listening to Bhagavad Gita and listening
Hmm,
to other lectures also, a little bit I'm able to differentiate between this concept of Prakriti and Purusha. So
great.
a lot of
Hmm.
you told about the three that is gunas that
Guna,
we have.
Gunas. Yeah.
So I think when that affects the stability in our mind, that is Prakriti somewhere in action. But we also need Prakriti to stay dynamic in life.
Yes. Very good.
But we
Very good.
need stability also, along with the dynamicity. We need
Yes.
stability as well. So I think that is a very delicate balance that should exist. And it, as you told, meditation is the only way, very promising way of trying to achieve that stability, despite living in this samsara, samsara loka.
Very well put, Padmaja. So proud of you. Very nice. Very well. I also learn from you people, actually. Very nice. Very well put. Well presented it is. Yes. As long that awareness throughout, in spite of being in Prakriti. And Prakriti only helps us to make aware. The same mind, we will use it on this side. The same mind will help us to bring stability. Very good. Very, very nice way of, putting it. I'm sure everybody would have done. I'll come to Anand sir. Peter, anything you want to add? Peter?
Uh, no, I really appreciated hearing this and reading these slokas this morning. I needed to hear these and your commentary on
Oh,
them.
okay. You
And
needed to hear that. Okay.
but please don't change the time on my account.
No, no. It must be very cold over there, right? I think everyone is okay with this time is okay for all of you. We will try to accommodate because again we'll come back to the same time. That's okay with
It,
you?
Not
it's
an
okay.
issue with
The
me.
old time is good for me.
Okay, done, done. Okay, okay. All right. Anand sir, would you like to add something?
No,
Madam?
no, thank you.
Sir,
No,
Nene, so much learned he is actually, Dr. Anand sir. That's why I came. Because your experience and your words on Gita Jayanti, they were really very, very, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಅಂದೆ ನನ್ ಸರ್ ಬಂದ್ ಕೂತ್ರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಬ್ಬಬ್ಬಾ how to tell in front of you, sir. So,
No, I think I am the beginner here. Even yesterday, when I entered the hall,
ha, sir.
I thought I was the senior most person, so that probably I will get some respect and the things like that. That was little, that ego was there in me. And as I went on hearing the things from the various people and listening to them and listening to the songs and listening to your comments and all, then I realized that how I was the youngest person sitting in that
No, no, sir.
this
No,
audition.
no, no, not like that, sir. Because so many things you explained. You were definitely a senior in terms of age as well as experience as well as knowledge, sir. That's my true expression. My other friends also mentioned that it was very overwhelming, to listen to you, and they were really. That is your modesty, sir. You are saying that you are junior most, but definitely we would like to have your.
Whatever I felt yesterday, I am telling you.
Okay,
And
sir.
today, listening to this one,
Sir.
what I feel is everybody at some time get a little confused,
Sir.
as if he's standing at the one center where there are 4 5 roads are there. Which road he has to go,
Correct.
we
Correct.
will not know, because there's
Correct.
a Jnana Yoga, Sankhya Yoga, Bhakti
Correct.
Yoga, Karma
Correct.
Yoga. There are so
Correct.
many things are there.
Correct.
So to learn that, as Sai Baba has put a simple word, is that you do whatever little, as you said, little, whatever you want to do it in the path of salvation. That
Correct.
will cumulative effect will be there at the end, and
Correct.
that will guide you in the right path.
Yes. 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 Taken. Point taken. Correct, sir. Little by little, step by step. Correct.
We can read something, we can visit the temple. There is
Yes.
we should not say that I will not go to this temple, I will not.
Correct.
You go to every temple.
Yes.
One more example I will tell you. We have seen when you're going in a taxi and all, Some drivers, they go on wishing Namaskar Martha, they will be doing this everywhere. When they see a temple, suddenly
Correct.
they will go down and that. See,
Correct.
that small contribution
Yes.
has got a cumulative effect.
Correct. Correct, sir.
So everything we have to learn from that.
We have to, yes.
This path of salvation is like that. It's open.
It's open, yes.
Open.
That's the beauty, correct, sir.
It's
That's the
open.
beauty of this Sanatan, I mean, this.
On putting it in that.
Yeah,
And one day that cumulative effect will help you.
will help, yes. Correct, sir.
But
That's it.
today's take-home message is that.
Correct, sir.
And that's what I felt.
Yes, sir. Very, very, very apt it is. Very true. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Suvarchala, anything would you like to add? Suvarchala?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, okay.
Ma'am, I want to add
Kavita, yes, Padmaja.
one last point about the
Yeah, yeah, please,
discrimination. Discrimination that you told, it just crossed my mind.
Yeah.
Discrimination could be with respect to we being rich or poor, or discrimination can be beautiful, ugly. It could be I'm
Class.
intelligent, he's stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
Many more such things.
Many more.
I'm from an urban area, she's from rural. All these things, I believe, isn't it, ma'am?
Yes, yes, of course. That apart, you and I are different. Another one discrimination first.
One
You and I are
discrimination.
one. Yeah. What you told is perfectly same. Even Swamiji says, we always try to put people in categories, isn't it?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
judgment is the worst thing. So that is also discrimination. You go beyond that, of course, it takes time. Beyond that, you and I are one. There is no difference between you and me.
Correct,
Adu
ma'am.
highest discrimination between individuals. That also is also ajnana, ignorance. We don't-
Some are atheist, some believe in God.
Yeah.
But God
Religion.
doesn't differentiate, or the
Doesn't differentiate.
formless one doesn't
Yeah,
differentiate.
yeah.
Brahman.
Religion also, no? Religion.
Yes, ma'am.
To prove this, that's why I say please read Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna.
Hmm.
Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he practiced Islam, he practiced Christianity, he saw Jesus Christ, he saw him. You read, there is one movie, I'll send the link, Sri Ramakrishna Darshan, Hindi. So he has practiced all, as sir was saying, Bhakti Yoga, anything we can follow, it's open. Any religion, all faiths are same and all, just as the rivers reach the sea, all rivers join the same ocean. Likewise, all faiths go to the same Parabrahman, whatever name you call it, doesn't matter. Just like water is called by different names, Parabrahman is called by different names. That's all is the difference.
Yes,
So you are
ma'am.
right. Discrimination refers to discrimination in terms of caste, creed, class, everything. That's right. No differentiation. And that will help us to accept people, tolerate people, forgive people.
Yeah,
So,
correct, ma'am. Right.
yeah, it will help us. No consciousness.
Yes, ma'am.
Why am you
Correct,
and I
ma'am.
are same? Why should I dislike you? Starts from home.
Oh, that will wipe out a lot of things. Oh, that's a
So,
difficult thing to practice
First,
again, ma'am.
first, when you see somebody whom you are not happy with or intolerant, remember Krishna.
Yeah,
Veda
right,
madam,
ma'am.
anything? Veda madam, anything you want to add?
No, nothing. I'm enjoying listening to you. Pratima. Good it is.
Me and Padmaja will be joking like this. It's nice to joke about Krishna's philosophy sometimes because it will be very
Because-
much applicable to people around.
No, ma'am, it is all the evil things that comes first. Good
Yes.
things will always
Yeah,
come later.
Yeah, correct.
It
So,
feels
guna.
so it feels so difficult to do something good.
Yeah,
Bad means okay, it will happen on its own.
On its own. ಪ್ರಕೃತಿ ನಾನೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಕೃತಿ ನನ್ ಗುಣ ಅನ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅವಾಗ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಅಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮ this is called. Whatever suits me, I'll follow. No, there lies
Correct,
the
ma'am.
effort. There is the effort to get
Yeah,
over
yeah.
the prakriti. Nidhyanand
ma'am.
Swamiji, my Guruji, always says the entire human effort is how do we conquer this prakriti. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ ಗುಣ ಇದೆ ಒಂಥರ. Otherwise, no, ಸ್ವಭಾವ will never change its. Ordinary they say, ಸ್ವಭಾವ ಹುಟ್ಟುಗುಣ ಸತ್ರು ಹೋಗುದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಹುಟ್ಟುಗುಣ ಸತ್ರು ಹೋಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. This is so apt. No,
It is so true, ma'am.
Guna is we are talking about guna. So, utta guna, saturu means you're born with that guna, you will die with that guna unless you put an effort.
Correct, ma'am.
Only when you put an effort, and that is a spirituality. True spirituality is when you can change, adapt, change your gunas. divert them towards this, and that can happen only through a link with the spirituality, spiritual practice.
Conscious effort.
Efforts, yeah. And baby steps, one by one, ಒಂದೊಂದೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. So it will come. Benjamin Franklin ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, next time I will continue with that. Very beautiful. That brought a lot of changes in my life also. Benjamin Franklin's wife gave him one diary. I will discuss in the next class about that. That is one of the change of gunas, how beautifully he changes. His personality only changes. It's very interesting. Okay, Kavita, anything? Kavita?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Okay,
Ma'am,
so if, yeah, ma'am.
uh,
Suvarchana.
this Raja Yoga, this word is there, no? This word from where we got, ma'am? I mean, it relates to meditation. You said, no? In Gita, never. I mean, nowhere. I mean, to my knowledge, it is not there in Gita. I feel.
He has given as Raja Guhya Yoga, but he has not defined it as Raja Yoga. As you said, Brahma Kumari is Raja Yoga, but I am also not, frankly speaking, I am not an expert on Raja Yoga, but I got this from my Guruji. He said meditation amounts to Raja Yoga. I just stopped there. I have not gone in detail, Raja Yoga, but it refers to all the practices associated with Raja Yoga. Maybe Anand sir, any you can throw light on this?
No, madam. No, I don't know.
ಇಲ್ಲ ನನಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸುವರ್ಚಲ, ಬಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಇಟ್ ರೆಫರ್ಸ್, ಐ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಯು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ವೆನ್ ಯು ಡೂ ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್ ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಫಿಸಿಕಲಿ ಫಿಟ್, ಪ್ರಾಣಾಯಾಮ, ಆಸನ, ಮೇ ಬಿ, ಬಟ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಕಾಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅವೇರ್, ಮಚ್ ಮೋರ್ ಅವೇರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ದಿಸ್. That's all. I will, if you want, I'll find out and let you know what it. Peter, anything you have to add to this Raja Yoga?
I would
Please.
refer Srivachala to Patanjali's Yoga Sutras
Yoga
and
Sutras.
the Vyasa commentary on them.
Okay. Patanjali's Yoga Sutra.
But their dhyana they refer, no, ma'am?
Yeah, dhyana is there. Dhyana, nididya, dhyana, dharana, nididya, all those are there, no? Correct. Ashtanga Yoga, you're referring to, Peter? Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga.
Yes, ma'am. Their dharana,
Yes,
dhyana.
that's correct. And
Yeah.
that is Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi.
Samadhi, correct. Samadhi. Adu Ashtanga Yoga. With all those yama, niyama, pratyahara, all that. So what shall we discuss? No, that I think that amounts to, but
That's the same as
I think
Raja.
that is Raja Yoga. Okay. That, thanks, Peter. I think that it amounts to Raja Yoga. You can refer that. Okay, so with that, I think we can wind up for the day. Kayena vacha manasendriyairva buddhyatmana bha prakriti swabhava karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai narayanaayeti samarpayami papoham papakarmaham papatma papasambhavat trahi mam kripaya deva sharanagata vatsala अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्य भावेन रक्ष रक्ष रमापते. ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishnaarpanamastu. Shri Krishnarpanamastu. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.